Everything all right? Oh, okay. Where you want to transfer to?
Well, I've been thinking about trying new places, and I think I would fit in, with probably with them brothers on the East Coast.
Oh, transfer, huh?
Man, this nigga got me fucked up. Everything I done did for this nigga. You gonna do that shit to me?
You think you fit in with the East Coast? You want to transfer? Disgust me.
What?
How you doing, man? What's on the Christ? Okay, so, it's a lot, sir. I was gonna say, I think it's time. I think it's time for a rank raise.
Damn. Yeah, what's your rank?
I'm 500. I think that 1,000 gonna sit good with me right now, though.
You think so?
That 1,000 gonna sit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Damn.
Yo, man.
What's happening? What you want?
I'm
sweating
my
my
hands
motherfucker.
always sweat.
I
They
mean.
don't like that. Yours do too.
Yeah. What's up, though?
Alright, so look. I've been having a lot on my mind lately.
Okay.
Alright, so I was thinking about you know how y'all do the trooper little stage?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like
You want to become a trooper?
No.
Damn.
I'm trying to skip the whole process. Treat me like Bronny.
I mean, treat you like, bro. You trying to skip the trooper process? That's you
Yeah,
saying?
I figured I've been around long enough.
Why you making me do this?
That's how you feel for real.
Absolutely.
Damn! You mean to tell me your brother can't skip the process? That's your own flesh and blood.
Hell nah. No one's bigger than the program, man.
God damn.
Hey, Salakia, Cap, sir.
You good?
Yeah, I'm Tawaf, sir.
So what's going on?
I've been meaning to get at you.
Yeah.
I met this bad sister. I mean, she ain't really a sister. She African. I met this beautiful African girl the
fuck
other
you
day.
on?
So I've been wanting to know, what's the protocol on that? Like, can I rib her?
Protocol?
Can I make her my rib?
Brother, hold on. Hold this one.
Oh.
Hell nah, man. Hey, she definitely not qualified. You understand? That's crazy. You said the African? Man, give me another balloon.
Damn.
You really doing this? Give it to her. Come on, brother. Come on, I'll show you some bad sisters, man. Hey, Shalom, sir. This nigga laughing. Nothing much, sir.
Look, man, me and I get man back to school and shit, right? We better go to this little day party. You coming, right?
I mean, I really was trying to kick it, sir, if I could.
Kick it where?
At home? My wife? No.
You know what that means, right?
Come on, sir. I'll be getting ready.
Little crash.
All right, Aka. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all over there.
Slacky.
What's up?
Uncle G.
What's
You mind if I catch you okay for the night?
Jaden, go get me one of them red balloons, man.
Hey, hold on. Simmer down. Yo. Hey, all right, y'all. Hey, we got y'all votes in. We got y'all votes in, all right? Hey, check this out. All right, watch this. Here we go. We got y'all winners. Let's go. All right, okay. Oh. Hey, straight out the West Coast, we got my brothers from the ISUPK. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Most High in Christ, man. You hear me? Shout out to the ISUPK, man. Both sides, East and West. You know what I mean? Overseas, man. Caribbeans, you hear me?
That's right.
You know what I mean? Everybody hold your head, man. Passover in 2-3 weeks, man. April 20th.
Right.
And check this out, though, man. If you don't want bishops, twerking in your videos. You don't want your deacons pop blocking in your videos.
No diddy.
You don't want your deacon making Easter songs for your congregation. Getting turned in to the police by the police.
That's right.
And come to the ISUPK,
That's right.
man. Man, we gone, man. Shalom.
No, bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. With the fuck, yeah, of course. Get it up, like torch. You even low or the Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't been like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait a minute, let me make a call right quick, gon' start another war. I don't care about anymore. I need a Selena like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a sock, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Sharp. Put them out of service, keep the tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house show. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the counting. When you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Did them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. Came through with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, told that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Right back at you again. Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cows out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hoom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hoom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us, watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists, teach girls and kids the foulness. Call them prophetess, a priest damn near nothing without his. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slang, rewind what we rap and slang. Lost in parables, your scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols. Loving judgments, God of the Bible. The men above me shout, Hoom Yasha. And all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hoom Yasha. And all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols. Loving judgments, God of the Bible. The men above me shout, Hoom Yasha. And all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hoom Yasha. And all the warriors be like, Hoom Yasha.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look.
The city eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mop ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit fitted, time soon. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. A fiend's taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope failed. Shall become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how the crackers turned his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantula. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Like, hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatham, Yahweh Shemar Thumb Bashim Yahushua, this priest and officer, I'm a one bar. Tuesday night brotherhood class, Asheville, Kentucky. Give me under Commander Junior Hunter, you feel me? Man that held down the truth, you feel me? Longer than anybody. All these fake Israelite groups is false, they fakes, they're gonna fall apart eventually. Just watch and see. Real talk. But yeah, tonight, what we're gonna talk about is Kamala Harris stepping up is a step down, because Kamala Harris stepping up in place of Joe Biden got black people thinking, yeah, what they say with Barack, yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I'm gonna just tell you like this: no, you can't. Salakia. I'm gonna just keep it real with you, and you can't keep it real yourself. Because what I'm telling you about Kamala Harris is the same thing we said about Barack Obama. They are not black people. And when we say black people, because I've been getting a lot of flack on TikTok, they say, no, she is black. Because, you know, nowadays, anybody of a dark skin can now say they black on their ethnicity for job applications, whatever. So when I say black, I'm meaning she's not a descendant of the slaves. Let me clarify that. You go ahead.
That's like, sir. I mean, what you bring that is so heavy. I mean, white folks from South Africa could be African American.
I mean, that's a fact. And that's true. They've been white people from South Africa definitely come to America and claim to be African American. So that's not what we're saying. We see how America trying to mix everything up and confuse people now. Now that black people, you feel me, is rising up, you know, and coming into their real identity and stuff like that. And a lot of black people knowing now we got to separate from these heathens. It ain't happening at a mass rate just yet, but it is happening slowly but surely that black people are starting to realize that these other people is not for us. You feel me? So now they trying to tie us all in together. But here go a video, man. You can hear it out the horse's mouth. You got to listen to me.
2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States.
Right. She says she's running for vice. This one she was running with Biden. She's a Vice President of the United States. Now, this is her time. This is her shot. This is Kamala Harris' shot 4 years ago to uplift all the black women, all the 304s. You feel me? All the women that's bumping the sexy red music with their kids in the back seat without a seatbelt on. You feel me? All the black women that use Kamala Harris to uplift themselves. Look what she said about herself, 4 years ago.
South Asian descent.
What?
Asian descent. South
What?
Asian descent. South Asian descent. South Asian descent.
I could be mixing mass again. Nah, but okay, when she could uplifted black women, when she had the chance to, she said she's of South Asian descent. Why would she say that? Because that's all she knows. Let me tell you something about her lineage. Her father is a white man that's mixed with South Asian, which is East India, is what she's saying. When she says South Asian, she's talking about East India. Because what you got to understand about Jamaica, Jamaica is just not filled with just the women that beat Sha'Carri Richardson in the race. I know you think Jamaica is just filled with black people and Bumba Clod and Rastafari. No, Jamaica is filled with Chinese, East Indians, and the original black Jamaicans that descend from the slaves. And of course, you already know white people. You feel me? You already know it's filled with white folks. So just because she's claiming to be from Jamaica, that does not mean she's the Jamaicans that you thinking about. And she just said it to you herself.
Asian descent. People of South Asian descent. A South Asian descent. People of India and to Indian Americans all across the United States.
She's vouching for Indian Americans. We can end the class right now. Right now, we can end the class right now, but we not. We're going to go more deep into it, and then we're going to break down to you scriptures of why we so serious about black people sticking up for black people instead of these different mixed chocolate-covered devils and all this stuff like that. Real talk, you go ahead.
That's right, sir. If I may, just so nobody gets confused, she said Indian Americans, not American Indians.
My Negro. See how I put that? See how I threw that in there? My Negro. Because she's not of Negro descent. She said Indian American, which is talking about the Dunkin' Donuts with the dot in their face. 7-Up. You want to slurp it? That's her people. Salakia, man. That's her people, man. I'm fired up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I lost a viewer, but it's cool. The Lord watching. That's all we need. It's like
South Asian descent. People of India and to Indian Americans all across the United States. 2020.
That's who she's here for. She's here for Indian Americans, South Indian descent. They got a whole hotel fleet. They run the hotel industry. The same way the Irish run the firefighting industry. The Italians run the police force. That's why they the biggest gangsters in America, because they all was children of the damn mob bosses and shit. So like, excuse my language. The East Indians run the hotel industry, just like the Chinese run the sewing industry and the cleaning businesses and stuff like that. In real talk, all these heathens have industries that they run, while black people suffering in the gutter. Suffering, ain't got nothing to show for it, ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. That's why we so mad about black people talking about Kamala Harris's big sister general. She's not the president, she's my big sister. No, the hell she not. Real talk. She is not a sister, and she even claimed it herself. She's fighting for East Indians, Indian Americans, man. Real talk. All right, so yeah, we can drive. Let's go into this. We ain't got to read that article. Let's go into the one. Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners locked up. Ooh, if you didn't know that, yeah, you feel me? And I know you wondering, well, how did she do that? Because first, she was a prosecutor in California, which is majority black and Hispanic. So the jails is filled with mostly black and Hispanic. Then she became the attorney general in California. And the attorney general is basically the one that advised the presidents on different type of laws that they should come up with or enforce or not enforce to keep prisoners locked up. You go ahead, you ask something?
Nah, you said what I was going to say.
How Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners locked up. As California Attorney General, she spent years subverting the 2011 Supreme Court ruling requiring the state to reduce its prison population.
You ain't even know that. You ain't even know that this hellhole in America tried to have some type of damn grace to let non-violent prisoners out because the prisons were so overpopulated. And she said no. How was she able to do that? Because she was the attorney general. It was her decision. It's 50 attorney generals in America, and they all discuss with the president on what they should do about criminals. She chose to keep their ass locked up. This big sister general right here.
The overseeing judicial panel nearly found the state in contempt of court.
Right, they found. Look, now that's the first time I ever liked that word overseeing. Because I don't like overstanders or none of that stuff. But this is the first time I liked it to see them step up and finally do the right thing. They wanted to put the whole state of California in contempt of court because of this fucking dot-head bitch. This Dunkin' Donuts coffee and cream drinking motherfucker right here. Locking black people up like it ain't shit. Excuse my language, Salaki. But I'm just saying, man, she's stepping up is a step down. She is not a Negro. This is an East Indian donut hotel cleaning lady. That's who she is, man. That's who the people she descend from, man. Salakia.
Senator Kamala Harris, Democrat, California, a leading candidate to be Joe Biden's running mate, repeatedly and openly defied U.S. Supreme Court orders to reduce overcrowding in California prisons while serving as the state's attorney.
While who? While what was she doing?
Openly and repeatedly defied U.S. Supreme Court orders.
While she was serving as the attorney general? While she was serving as the person that can let all these black people and Hispanics free? While she was serving as the head, she can't say Negro in charge, the head East Indian in charge. You feel me? The head Slurpee drinking in charge. 7-Eleven, hurry up and buy. She had the the authority to let Black and Hispanic people free out of prison. There was nonviolent offenders, and she was willing to put the whole state of California in contempt of court because she didn't want to do it. This is the one that stepped up when Joe Biden stepped down.
Working in tandem with Governor Jerry Brown, Harris and her legal team filed motions that were condemned by judges and legal experts as obstructionist, bad faith, and nonsensical. At one point, even suggesting that the Supreme Court lacked the jurisdiction to order a reduction in California's prison population.
This is what she went. She went over and beyond. This lady right here, she put her career on the line to keep Black people in jail. That's what that just was talking about. For people that ain't too intellectual, and that's cool. We understand, because she was putting you in prison. That's why you ain't intellectual. That's why you didn't go to college and you didn't have a second chance, because women like her was putting your ass in prison when the damn U.S. government said let them out. The government said let them out. She filed motions against the damn judges and the judicial system saying y'all don't have the audacity to do it. This is the woman that's running for president. She's running for president. And y'all talking about big sister? She getting my vote? Nigga, you a goddamn idiot.
The antecedents of this legal work resulted in the presiding judges in the case giving serious consideration to holding the state in contempt of court. Observers worried that the behavior of Harris's office had undermined the very ability of federal judges to enforce their legal orders at the state level, pushing the federal court system to the brink of constitutional crisis.
Right. This was a constitutional crisis. What she was doing was causing a constitutional. You know what the Constitution is? That's what their ancestors died for. While her ancestors was over there eating snakes and bats in India, these white folks in America, ancestors, and the slaves in America, ancestors, died for the goddamn Constitution, and she was causing a constitutional crisis because she wanted to keep Black people in prison. When they said they non-violent offenders, just let them the hell out. It's overpacked. Just let them out. She said no. She was willing to put her career on the line. Big sister general.
This extreme resistance to a Supreme Court ruling was done to prevent the release of fewer than 5,000 non-violent offenders.
That's all it was. It ain't even like it was 50 million. It wasn't even 50 million. It wasn't the 200 million Black men that's in prison, who we know at least about 50% of them is in there falsely. It was just 5,000 that she didn't want to let free. She was ready to put her career on the line to keep them in jail. That's not a Black woman. Not a Black woman. I grew up in the hood where Black women hide criminals. Black women bond criminals out. That's what them the type of Black women I know. This is not a Black woman. She's an East Indian woman. No, she's a white woman with East Indian blood running through her veins. And that's where the chocolate skin come from. Because you got to understand is all people at one point in time had caramel, dark, light skin. The so-called white man is the first red person on this earth.
Whom multiple courts had cleared as presenting next to no risk of recidivism or threat to public safety.
Right, so they looked up these men crime, and these 5,000 men, they said, man, look, they hold no risk to society. They enough for parking tickets. They enough for jaywalking. They enough for whatever. They got caught with a bag of weed. Using. They a smoker. They got caught with a bag of crack. They a junkie. They hold no risk to society. But now she chose to keep them in there.
Despite a straightforward directive from the Supreme Court to identify prisoners for release over a 2-year period, upholding a 2009 ruling that mandated the same action over the same timeline. The state spent the majority of that period seesawing back and forth between dubious legal filings and flagrant disregard.
Right. So you know how much money that costs? All these legal filings and going back and forth when all she had to do was just let them the hell out. This cost the state money. So she cost them money, her reputation, her career, all that. Almost put the whole state. I didn't even know you could put the whole state in contempt. She almost put the whole state in contempt of court for not listening to the federal judges saying, let these men out. They're nonviolent offenders. Your jails are overpacked because you're so hard on crime. You locking people up for literally nothing. That's the lady that just stepped up to run for president. If you didn't know, now you know. Nigga, it's a lock. No pun intended. It's a lock. Hell no. It's a lock. You can just read that last paragraph. We can drop this.
By early 2013, it became clear that the state had no intention to comply.
It's a lock. That break down itself. I ain't gonna break that down.
Leading to a series of surprisingly combative exchanges. While Harris's ultimately unsuccessful presidential campaign saw questions raised about the criminalization of truancy.
Who? Criminalization.
Criminalization of truancy.
They calling her a criminal. Y'all talking about Trump. But they say she's a criminal. And guess why she a criminal? She a criminal because she didn't want to listen to federal judges. So as president, what do you think she gonna do? If she didn't want, as an attorney general of California, she didn't listen to federal judges, what do you think she's gonna do as the president? Nigga, it's gonna be a lot of niggas going to jail. It's gonna be a lot. Ain't no, you know how they'll let a black person out. She ain't doing none of that. So like Trump should have freed Larry. Yeah, Trump should have leave free Larry. Fuck is wrong with dude? Ain't none of that happening with us. She ain't freeing Larry Hoover. It's not happening, man. She is over with. That's all I'm telling y'all. Hold on, wait. What the sister say? This woman can't even match her meal correctly. Running for president is way out her league, right? Yeah, because she was trying to get the black vote for Biden by eating burgers and greens. And I'm like, nigga, burgers and greens is black food, but it don't go together. We eat burgers with fries. So like, hell no. Maybe some onion rings, but not no greens. It's a lot here.
About her criminalization of truancy and a tough on crime reputation during her time as San Francisco district attorney.
Right, you're right. She was locking so many people up, and you know it's black people. You know it's black and Hispanic. That's all that's in California, man. Real talk, but yeah, we could drop that. And, let's go to that last article about Kimberly Cheddar, because this is something that just came out today, and it kind of messed me up because I say this is not a good time for Kamala. I see. This is not a good time. They putting her past. You feel me? They putting her past out there to the public, and then now you got this lady Kimberly Cheddar, who was the head of Secret Service when Trump got shot at. She was the. It's not a good time for women to be doing anything that a man should do. That's all I'm gonna say. This ain't a good time for that.
Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheddar resigns over Trump shooting outrage.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheddar resigned Tuesday amid widespread outrage over her agency's failure to prevent the attempted assassination.
Right, now this woman right here, this white woman, just like Kamala Harris, which is a white woman. One of them just got more lighter skin than the other. This lady, she failed at her job. She took a job that she shouldn't have took. Kamala Harris is trying to take a job that she shouldn't take. Real talk. This lady was the head of Secret Service and she failed. She failed. She said she was not stepping down. For the last 2 weeks, she said she ain't stepping down. It wasn't her fault. It was the police, the local police. They should have did this. The local police should have did that. They should have done this, done that. Then we had all these Democrats and even Republicans But it was a lot of really Democrats saying she need to step down because she failed Donald Trump. Democrats, for people that say the Democrats and Republicans ain't together, they all together. That's why voting is a goddamn joke. Because it's the Democrats who should be happy that she failed for protecting Donald Trump. But instead, they the ones lobbied for her to quit her job. The Democrats did. They lobbied for her to quit and step down because she failed to protect Donald Trump. And she said she was not going to do it, and she ended up doing it anyway because she is too much criticism. Go ahead.
Hey, Slick, if I could, is that because Democrats did that because it shows the incompetency of this president?
Man, this whole thing is incompetent. Everything that's going on is incompetent. How is the Democrats the ones that's telling her to step down when they supposed to be happy? They supposed to be excited because they don't want Trump to win. This whole thing shows incompetency. America is incompetent. You hear me? I don't even think there's no real slick breakdown about this other than a woman should not be in this position. A woman shouldn't have never been in this position. She don't know what the hell she's doing. You feel me? Real talk. Just like Kamala Harris. And that's my whole point about bringing out this article, because Kamala Harris, let me tell you something. You're not qualified, Queen. You're not qualified, Queen. That's all I'm going to say to this. Like, hell no. You're not qualified. You're not qualified for this job. Kimberly Chittle just stepped down. She was the head of Secret Service for like the last some odd years. And she stepped down. You feel me? Real talk. Even though she said she wasn't gonna do it. Real talk. So yeah, we can drop that and let's go into the scripture. Let's go to Romans 9:3. We're gonna go all the way to 17.
Book of Romans chapter 9, verse 3. I could wish that myself were cursed from Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Right, now this Paul writing this. You feel me? He said he wished he was a curse. You feel me? Because he loved it Christ and he started following Christ. He changed from his ways, from under the Pharisees. You feel me? And he wanted to basically have Christ died for the people. Paul said he was willing to die for the people. You feel me? You know why? Because they was his flesh. They was his blood. They was his people. You feel me? Kamala Harris is not going to do that for you. Kamala Harris is not going to step up and sacrifice herself for you. She already said that she's really standing for the Indian Americans. That's who she fighting for, the Indian Americans. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 4, who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? That's who Paul cared about. Paul cared about the Israelites. That's why we so adamant about who these people are that's claiming to be Negroes. They not Negroes, because the Negroes are Israelites. These people is just trying to get your vote and get your love and your money.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
Right, the adoption, because we got thrown away from the covenant, which is the law. We got thrown away from it. And then all type of people start trying to claim our title, just like what's happening right now. Ain't nothing new under the sun. But we the only ones that was given a law, given a covenant, and we the ones get the adoption, which is coming back to the Lord. You go ahead.
And the glory. And the covenant.
Right, and the blessings that come from being the Israelites, and the covenant, which is the law. You feel me?
And the giving of the law.
Right, and the giving of the law. You feel me? The law, statutes, and commandments was given to Moses to give to us, but we was given to the Lord because of the covenant, which was through Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. The law came after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. First, it was just a bloodline. You feel me? Then the law came so we cannot basically not ever get thrown away from the Lord, which is why he's saying we pertain of the adoption, because we had to get adopted back. Go ahead.
And the giving of the law and the service of God and the promise.
Right, and the services is the protection of the Lord. He's only going to protect a certain group of people. You feel me? You letting Kamala Harris, Lauren London, Jussie Smollett, that lied about the Trump supporters beating them up, all those people, Bob Marley, those are white people. They're white people that you're trying to give the service of God to, the promises, the covenant. You're trying to give it to them because they got caramel skin. When you don't know, everybody got caramel skin except one race of people, and that's white people. They the only people that don't have caramel skin. But we come to find out a lot of them now do, because they had sex with dark-skinned people, dark-skinned women, which is why interracial dating is such confusion. It's such confusion because now you got Kamala Harris sitting up at the forefront talking about she's a black woman because she was an AKA. When I didn't know that you had to be a black woman to be AKA, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of white women with blonde hair and blue eyes as AKA.
Verse 5, whose are the fathers, and of whom concerning the flesh Christ came.
Right. The flesh, Christ came. The flesh of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The covenant. That's what Christ came for. That's what Paul was going to. Why do you think people didn't like them? If Christ and Paul was out teaching that God loves everybody, why would Paul go to jail and why would Christ be on a goddamn cross? Because they was telling you the same shit we saying right now. Kamala Harris is not a Negro. Negroes are God's chosen people. Everybody else can go to hell.
Who is over all, God bless forever.
Right.
So be it.
Right. So be it. So be it. You feel me? Christ is coming for the flesh of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the Israelites. Real talk. It's like it. I said, you can grab me the water out there. I appreciate it. Like.
Verse 6, not as God has taken none effect.
Right. At this point, y'all trying to make the word of God mean nothing. God said through the whole Bible, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. And y'all trying to make it none in effect. I appreciate it. Y'all trying to make it none in effect. Y'all saying Kamala Harris is a black woman because she eating greens and a hamburger. Y'all trying to make her a Negro, which means she's God's chosen people. And basically y'all saying, forget what God say. And this is something that's been going on. This is something that's been happening since the beginning of history. The Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians all had first-class citizens and a bunch of other heathens living in their country.
For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Right. They are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Everybody that's in Israel is not of Israel. You feel me? Everybody that's there is not really an Israelite. Because like I said, what you got to understand, in all these different countries that ruled the planet, well, I ain't gonna say ruled the planet, but they had kingdoms: Rome, Greece, Assyria, the Persians, all these different countries that ruled at the time. They was a melting pot, just like America. What America is what all those kingdoms was. It was a ruling class, and it was a bunch of heathens in the mix. And that's just what was going on even in Israel. It was heathens in Israel, but they was not of Israel. They was not us. They wasn't Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but they was there. They was there, just like we say all the time from the south side of Chicago. There's a lot of people that live in Chicago, but it's not a lot of people that's from Chicago. Being from Chicago and living in Chicago is two different things. Being from Chicago means every stereotype that you ever heard about, that's what I've lived. You feel me? And living in Chicago just means my address say 9545 South Halsted Street. You feel me? I go out to Navy Pier and the Buckingham Palace. I go to sightseeing and stuff like that, but you're not really from there. You feel me? And it was people that lived in Israel, but they was not really Israel. They was not really Israelites. You feel me? Real talk. You go ahead.
Verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Right. You feel me? You got to be the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not just Abraham. Because Abraham, he had 8 sons. You feel me? He had 8 sons. Go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
And that's the point. You feel me? That's the point. Abraham had a lot of sons. You feel me? But Isaac was the one. So it's a lot of people that's saying they Israelites. You feel me? They living amongst the Israelites. They maybe even have chocolate colored skin. But you got to be from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You feel me? Or you're not an Israelite. That's why this is so serious. That's why we're so serious about people that's claiming to be Israel, but they not Israel.
Verse 8. That is, which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
Right. So all these people that's the children of the flesh, you're not the children of God. This is in the New Testament. For you Christians out there that say God love everybody. It say, these are not the children of God. This is in the New Testament. I ain't go to church. But nigga, these Christians is insane. Because the Christians the ones thinking why everybody can be saved. When they say these are the children of God, you feel me? The children of the flesh, the bloodline. You trying to get Kamala Harris your damn blessing. The promises of the service of God. You trying to give it to Kamala Harris. Because she was AKA. Because she was goddamn green and pink. The hell out of here, man. Married to a goddamn white man.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Right, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. You feel me? Real talk. These children of the flesh are not the children of God. It's the children of the promise. You feel me? The children of the promise, they are counted for the seed. You know what seed is talking about? Sperm. Your bloodline lives through the sperm. That's why we say you're the seed of your father. Your father is what matters. Kamala Harris' great-grandfather on her father's side is a white man. He's not a Negro. He wasn't a children of the slaves. He's a white boy. And they say the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Real talk, man. You go ahead.
Verse 9. But this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
Right. Sarah shall have a son. Abraham and Sarah, that was his wife. You feel me? She couldn't have babies at the time, so he was having babies with handmaids and stuff just to keep his seed going.
Verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
Right, and his son had the same problem. His wife had 2 sons. You feel me? Jacob and Esau. But one of them was the seed of promise, and one of them was the children of the flesh. One of them meant nothing, and one of them meant everything.
Verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand.
Right. So, okay, yeah, you want to vouch for anybody with caramel skin. If you vouching for people just because they got caramel skin, I'm going to just say this. You're not qualified, queen. All you black women vouching for Kamala Harris because she got brown skin, you're not qualified, queen. I'm just keeping it real with you. Real talk, man. Because what you got to understand is Jacob and Esau was born from Isaac and Rebekah. One of them was chosen, and one on one. And they didn't do nothing wrong. Esau didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong at this point. You feel me? Because I could go into another class in itself about him being Cain. You feel me? And Jacob being Abel, but that's a whole nother topic. So what we're gonna just stay with right here, right now, is that at this point, he didn't do nothing wrong, and he still didn't get the blessing though. And Isaac was chosen. You go ahead.
Not of works, but of him that called.
Right, you're talking about the Most High.
Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, the elder shall serve the younger. The baby that came out first is going to be a servant to the one that came out second. Real talk. And they did nothing wrong at this point. Why did God do this? Because this was what he wanted. This is how he wanted it to be. That's why Kamala Harris ain't a Negro, because this is how God wanted it to be. It's just that simple. Why Jussie Smollett and Bob Marley was not black people is because that's what God wanted. He don't give a damn about their skin color because you the seed of your father.
Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, and Jacob and Esau is dead and gone at this point. So why is Paul saying this? Because the Most High hates Esau. Who is Esau? White people. White people descend from Esau. They got books all about it. Just look it up. If you don't believe the Bible, look up the books of them talking about how they Esau, and they know they Esau.
Verse 14, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
Right, God forbid. God forbid. You think it's unrighteousness with God because he hate a whole race of people? Well, God forbid. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't no unrighteousness. It's not unrighteous for God to hate a whole race of people. Look at the crimes they've committed. Kamala Harris has locked up black people like it was free lunch. Like she was getting a check for it or something. Like, goddamn, the damn federal judges told her to let black people out of jail. She said no. And you telling me I should be mad because God don't like white people? The white people told Kamala Harris to let black people out of jail. She said no. Go ahead.
It's like I said, I mean, these 5,000 people had already been cleared in federal court.
Already been cleared. They checked their records, said they're no harm to humanity. She still said no. She was risking her job. The state was in contempt. I didn't even know that could happen. The whole state of California was in contempt. Of course, real talk. You go ahead.
Verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have
Right,
compassion.
that's something he said to Moses. You hear me? Real talk. You go ahead.
Verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
Right, it ain't got nothing to do with the strong or the weak. It ain't got nothing to do with the people that's high and mighty or the people that's low. It's up to God. So you people, because you got a keyboard and you could type in Kamala Harris is black, don't mean nothing. God say it's up to him. He saying she is a chocolate covered devil. Real talk.
Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
Right, and this is another metaphor. You feel me? How he broke down with Pharaoh. This is what Paul's saying. Like, look, he rose Pharaoh up. When we was in slavery in Egypt, he rose Pharaoh up, had Pharaoh thinking he was high and mighty.
That I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
And that's all the Lord doing. He raising all these people up so he can show his power. That's what he doing. He raising all these people up so you can think that they something. So when he destroy them, you see that he is the God, which is the power. Yahweh Shem Yahushua was the power. Who do we fear? The Father we fear. Very real talk. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Genesis 18 and 11.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 18, verse 11. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women.
Right. So what you gotta understand, you feel me, is Abraham was chosen from his father's family to leave his family and go serve the Lord, and he did it. And he was called the friend of God. You feel me? But Abraham, his wife Sarah, you feel me? She couldn't have no children though. and she was getting old. You feel me? Real talk, getting real old.
Verse 12, therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also.
Right. So she heard the Most High came to Abraham. You feel me? And of course, he probably sent the angel. Of course, you know, he didn't come to him physically. He came, sent the angel, and she was overhearing the conversation between Abraham and the angel talking. You feel me? And she was hearing how the Lord was about to bless her with a baby. And she like, shit, I'm old as hell. You gotta understand, Abraham is the father of our faith. You feel me? It started with him. And she looking like, I ain't finna have, I'm old as hell. I'm not having no kid. I'm not, that's what she mean pleasure. We're just talking about sex. Because that's how you make babies, by having sex.
Verse 13, and the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of surely bear a child which am old?
Right. So yeah, that's what he reiterating to Abraham, like, you know, your wife don't even believe this can happen. She don't believe that this can happen, but watch this.
Verse 14, is anything too hard for the Lord?
Right. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Can make anything happen. It's like he can make this country that you think is never gonna fall apart from the inside out.
At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son.
Right. So he's saying, I'm gonna spin a block. I'm gonna spin a block, and Sarah shall have a son. While y'all thinking it's impossible because y'all old.
Verse 15. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid, and said, nay, but thou didst laugh.
Right. So she tried to repent from that. Like, nah, he was talking to the Lord. I'm tripping. You feel me? Real talk, because she just really didn't believe it. She didn't have the faith to believe the Lord could do it. That's why he said, can the Lord do anything? You feel me? Real talk. You go ahead.
Verse 16. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way.
Oh, we're going all the way to 19. It's a lot.
Come on. Verse 17. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation.
Right. So he's saying, should I hide the thing from Abraham, which basically saying that I could do all things. I could do anything. You feel me? Real talk. Because a lot of people don't have faith in the Lord until he show you. You feel me? That's why he said, should I hide all things? But Abraham shall I make a great and mighty nation.
And all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him.
Right. And that's what's happening right now today. All the nations on the earth is blessed through Abraham's seed. That's why you got all these different countries that ain't worth a goddamn penny. But somehow all the countries that got Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians in it, they prospering. They everybody want to go visit, go on vacation to. Nobody going to Yugoslavia. Nobody trying to go to Russia. Why not? Because Abraham's seeds is not there blessing the place. Real talk.
Verse 19. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him.
Right. So he said he know that his children gonna follow him. He gonna teach his children right, and they're gonna follow him, and that means they following me, because Abraham following me.
And they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment.
Right, dude. For people that say the law is what's not here until Moses, the law been here. It didn't get written down until Moses. Real talk.
That the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him.
Right. And that's talking about blessings. And what you gotta understand is Sarah only had one child. So all this stuff that's being said, it was happening through just one child. And that's through Sarah, because like I said, Abraham had a lot of sons. You feel me? Real talk. He had like 8. Matter of fact, we got to break that down. You could drop that, go to Genesis 21 and 9.
Book of Genesis chapter 21, verse 9. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham.
Right. Now this woman Hagar, let me get that. This woman Hagar, actually, for people that don't know, Sarah gave him this woman. For women that's against multiple wives, shit, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for multiple wives. Why you think you and your sister don't look alike? Why you think you and your brothers don't look alike? If it wasn't for multiple wives, if it wasn't for men having more than one woman, you probably wouldn't be here. Your favorite sister and brother that you love, you wouldn't even know them. I'm just keeping it real with you. But now Sarah gave Hagar to Abraham because she couldn't have children. She was lacking. You hear me? Like women, you understand women, you lack somewhere. You can't be a nigga's everything. I know you want to be. You wish you could, but you can't. You can't be a nigga's everything. And that's what Sarah understood. She understood the assignment. That she couldn't be everything that Abraham wanted. So she gave him another woman. You feel me? Real talk. But now, because that seed is not the chosen seed. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son.
Get rid of her. I gave you this woman because I couldn't have children. The Lord blessed me in my old age, which I didn't think he could even do. So now, because he's mocking Isaac, which is what most big brothers do, mock their little brothers, she said, get him away from us, because he's really not even our people. Yeah, this is your son, but he's not our people. You feel me? That's what you got to understand about people with dark skin. All of them might not be your people. Real talk.
For the son of this bondwoman should not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
Right. She say he not gonna rule with Isaac. This man is not gonna rule the planet with Isaac. He's not chosen like Isaac was chosen. Then he got the nerve to be making fun of him. Get rid of both of them. That's what she told Abraham. It's like we're going all the way to 14.
Verse 11. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
Abraham was a little mad. You know, he was a little sad. I ain't gonna say mad, he was sad. You feel me? Because he know his wife is solid. So if she's saying this, it got to be some type of meaning to it. You feel me? Real talk. And this is his son at the end of the day.
Verse 12. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad.
Right. Don't be sad about Ishmael. That was his name, Ishmael. Don't be sad about Ishmael. Hagar. Don't be sad about neither one of them.
And because of that bondwoman, and all that Sarah has said unto thee, hearken unto her.
Listen to her. Sometimes you gotta listen to your woman. I don't mean be a simp. You know, people would take this and be a simp. Like, yeah, see, you got your woman is always right. Happy wife, happy life. No, that's that is not what that means. It just sometimes women to be right, but you got to be the one to be able to decipher if she right or not. You feel me? Real talk. And you got to have men of the Lord around you to help with that. But yeah, though, he's saying, listen to your wife. She right. At this point in time, she right. Get rid of Ishmael and get rid of Hagar. Get rid of him.
For Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Isaac shall thy seed be called. Isaac is what a seed, you feel me? The promise, the heir goes through Isaac, not through Ishmael. Go through Isaac.
Verse 13, and also of the son of the bondwoman I will make a nation, because he is thy seed.
Right, but he said, because he is your seed. You hear me? Because Ishmael is your son, through his children, I'm going to make a great nation. And you know who Ishmael is right now? They the Arabs, the Arabs. Ain't they a great nation? They got gold, diamonds. They got Abu Dhabi. They got oil for days. Shit, they riding in gold Lamborghinis, gold and AK-47s they got. Yeah, they a great nation. You feel me? The Lord did that, but guess what? They don't get the promise. He made them a great nation, but they don't get the promise. They don't get the rulership of the planet. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 14, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away.
Right, because Isaac was better than Ishmael, and that's the moral of the story. His mother was better than Hagar. That's the moral of the story. That's why you got to stop interracially dating, and maybe your kids won't be put away.
And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba.
Right, Beersheba, that's like southern Israel today. And where the Arabs populated at? In the Middle East. For people that talking about the Ishmael is the white people. So like, it's not true. Beersheba is southern Israel. It's in the Middle East. That's where the Arabs at. That's where they always been at, in the Middle East. Real talk. So like, yeah, so we could drop that. Let's go to Genesis 16 and 8. Go ahead.
It's like it's if I may. The Arabs say that they're Ishmael.
Oh yeah, they do. They always Abraham, they do. But it's it's the overstanders and people like that. The fake Israelite groups that say Ishmael is Esau. What they say Esau is the Arab. They say shit like that.
So if a fake Israelite is battling an Arab, and the Arab is like, well, I'm Ishmael, they'd be like, no, you ain't. You tell somebody what they
right, he gonna tell they ain't never been in slavery. How you gonna tell them what they is? They ain't never been in slavery. You feel me? They ain't never been in slavery. Their ancestors never been in slavery. But you gonna tell them what they is. You are children of the slaves. You voting for Kamala Harris, and you vote for Kamala. You finna go in the voting booth. You finna be standing in line waiting, can't even get a water. But you gonna tell the Arabs like, yeah, y'all is Esau. Get the fuck out of here. No, they not. You feel me? No, they not. Genesis 16, 8 through 12.
Look at Genesis chapter 16, verse 8. And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou? And whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, return to thy mistress and submit thyself under her hand.
Right, yeah, because that's what I said. Sarah couldn't have no babies and she could. But she was like paranoid, didn't even really want to be around her and stuff like that. Didn't know what she might try to do.
Verse 10. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude.
Right, now this Hagar, this the wife, this is other wife that he was given to by Sarah, who she tried to really disappear. She didn't know they was gonna try to kill the baby, kill her, because she know that she was not chosen. She know her son was not gonna be chosen. But the angel of the Lord came to Hagar and said, I'm gonna multiply your son's children.
Verse 11. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael.
Right, because that's what I'm saying. She was pregnant, and she was scared that she was pregnant. She thought Sarah might want to try to kill her, take her baby and kill her, or whatever could happen, because she knew Sarah couldn't have kids, and that was one of the main reasons why she was even given to Abraham. Real talk. But Ishmael, he became a great nation. You feel me? But just because a nation of people have wealth does not mean they the chosen people of God. Like you got some purple niggas, so like I ain't gonna have to mention them, but it's the truth. There's some purple niggas named IUIC, and they go recruit members for their church in West Africa. They go to Nigeria and Ghana, so happen to be the richest countries on that coast, and go try to recruit members because they got dark skin. When you got to understand, at one point in time before Esau, everybody had dark skin. Come on, man, go ahead.
So them purple niggas is out there telling Africans they not African and they Israelites. That's crazy.
God damn it. That's exactly what they doing. They going to Africa saying, you not from the Mumbo tribe.
You not African.
You need to take that dashiki off. What are you doing? Are you kidding me?
So they trying to tell the Arabs who they are and who they ain't.
Yes.
And they trying to tell the people in Ghana, the biggest slave traders, who they are and who they ain't.
Yeah, that's what they trying to do. That's some type of authority that don't even make sense. We need to be trying to get blacks and Hispanics to serving God instead of going to Africa telling them you're not part of the Munduku tribe. The fuck out of here, man.
No, don't let that cow piss on your
head. Don't let that cow piss on your head. What are you doing? You a priest and prophet of the Lord. So like, that is stupid as hell. Now, that's stupid as hell. Y'all better take them damn purple garments off, man. Real talk. But yeah, though, Ishmael, his mama tried to disappear because she ain't know what was gonna happen to her and her son. Real talk, because she know they wasn't chosen, even though they of Abraham's seed, they wasn't chosen. Just like we was bringing out in Romans the 9th chapter. Just because you Abraham's seed don't mean you chosen. Real talk. You go ahead.
Because the Lord had heard that affliction. Verse 12. And he will be a wild man.
Right, a wild man. That's exactly what he is. You know, when they saying he a wild man, that's talking about he a criminal. Ishmael is most definitely a goddamn criminal. The Arabs do more scamming than a little bit. They scam all the damn time. That's all they do is scam. Real talk. And they terrorists. You feel me? And they well-known terrorists, known for being terrorists. Ishmaelite. You go ahead.
Don't they blow themselves?
Yeah, they blow it. Come on, they the only people on this planet that literally blow their goddamn self up. You feel me? Even the so-called white man, after he do a mass shooting, he try to get out of it. I guess he ain't too wild. All man, the Arabs sending their sons with the bomb to blow the tank up, just to kill 2 people. Real talk, yeah. So he's a wild man for sure. That's exactly what he is.
His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him.
And that's the truth. He against every man against him. That's talking about like terrorist attacks, all that different stuff like that. When you see an Arab, you're like, damn, man, what's going on? During the time of 9/11, you seen somebody with a turban on, you was paranoid as hell. You seen a boy with a turban on, you like, man, what? Remember on the Soul Plane, you ain't going nowhere. On Soul Plane, when they sit next to him, you ain't going nowhere. You go to the bathroom, she's shaking, and I'm flushing. It's a lie. Nah, but for real though, that every man against her, and that's what's going on with Arab. Every man is against them. They didn't want to let them. We brought it out in class on the to be aware to be alive. One of them, I forgot which part we did when we was talking about how they was trying to let Ukraine in the NATO, and they didn't want to let Ukraine in because they was cool with I think what was that, Sweden or something. One of them other white countries that got a big terrorist population, and they felt like they would have been giving nukes to terrorists if they let Ukraine in. Real talk.
And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brothers.
And that's exactly what he's doing. The Arabs is everywhere. Arabs is in every country. Real talk. It's a mosque somewhere.
Verse 13.
No. We could drop that. We just break it down. Ishmael showing you how he's not, our brother. He's the seed of Abraham, and he was actually born before Isaac, but he's not our family. To show you that just because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You feel me? Everybody that got dark colored skin don't mean we all family. That's not true, man. You got to be the seed of the promise. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob right now today is blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. They descend from slavery of Negro descent. Real talk. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Genesis 25:1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 1. And then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah.
Right, so he got him another woman. Feel me? Much polygamy, but this ain't a polygamy class. But it's just right there in your face for people that say it ain't in the Bible. It's right there. Abraham took him another wife.
Verse 2. And she buried him Zimran.
Right, so now he got another son.
And Jokshan.
And another son.
And Medan.
And another son.
And Midian.
And Midian. And let me tell you something about Midian. Midian, we went to war with them. You feel me? That became a nation of people that we actually went to war with. Real talk. And that's Abraham's son. Real talk.
And Ishbak and Shu.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Shem, Letushim, and Leumi.
Right, so it's just talking about all the sons he was having. So yeah, all together, I think he had about 8 sons all together. 8, including Isaac. You go ahead. We're going all the way to 11.
Verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher, and Hannah and Abida and Elder. All these were the children of Keturah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these sons, and they had sons, so they became nations of people. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac.
Fuck them kids. That's what Abraham. Abraham was saying that thousands of years ago. Abraham like, man, fuck them kids. I don't know them. I don't know who they is. It's like it. Couldn't take a DNA test back then. I don't know who they daddy is. No, but no, to keep it real though, he knew the prophecy though. Isaac was chosen. Them other children was just children of the flesh. Just like all these people you trying to make into being a part of us, they not us. You feel me? They not us. They not the children that was chosen. Real talk.
Verse 6. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son.
So he had different sons and all these other sons. He gave them gifts. Like, hey man, here y'all go and y'all get away from me. Real talk. Because y'all was sons from pleasure. This is the son that's chosen.
While he yet lived eastward unto the east country.
Face the east.
Verse 7. And all these other days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived in 180 years. Verse 8. And Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people.
Right, that's how you supposed to die. Not from a car crash or a bullet. That's how you die. That's an honorable death right there.
Verse 9. And his son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephraim, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre.
Keep going.
Verse 10. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried and Sarah his wife.
Right, so they was both buried together. You go ahead.
Verse 11. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac.
He did what?
Blessed his son Isaac.
So after the death of Abraham, he blessed his son Isaac. You hear me? He blessed his son Isaac. He had all them sons, but after he died, he blessed Isaac. You hear me? Real talk.
And Isaac dwelt by the well, the Horeb.
And he blessed his son Isaac. You know why he blessed Isaac? Because he was the one that was chosen. All them lineages, all them grandkids, all that stuff he broke down, he blessed Isaac. You feel me? Real talk. I say, yeah, you could drop that. No, matter of fact, drop down to 21.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
Right. So now this Isaac, man, this is the son that was chosen. You feel me? Now he about to have kids.
Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right. So she wondering why she having so much pain. Feel me? She having too much pain. She like, she ain't had no kids before, but she knowing that they ain't supposed to be this rough. Feel me?
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Right. So she went to the man of the Lord, asking, man, what's going on? What is happening?
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Right. 2 nations is in thy womb. There's 2 people in there. That's why you struggling so bad, Miss Lady. It's 2 different nations in your stomach. One of them is your people. One of them ain't. Now, this is the mother. This ain't thousands of years later seeing somebody with brown skin. This is the children that she birthed. She getting told by the Lord, one of them ain't your people.
And 2 men of the people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right. And when they come out, one of these people is your people, and one of them ain't. One of these little niggas is your nigga, the other one is not.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve.
Right, and one shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. This is right. What's happening right here is the birth of the black. I ain't gonna say black because we got about Hispanics and stuff like that. So the white and Negro race. That's a better way to put it. For people that's trying to tie black and all this Hispanic, all that with white people and all that. This is the birth of the Negroes and white people. You feel me? And the Negroes is most definitely stronger than white people. That's why when they seen the young lady with a boiling pot. They had to shoot her in her damn face. That's why when they seen Eric Garner, what was it? Eric Garner selling the cigarettes, they had to do the chokehold on him. Because somebody is stronger than the other. That's why they see black men and they so terrified. But then they see a little white girl and ask if she's 17, like Joe Biden said. She's 6 years old, asks if she's 17. It's a lot good.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
We're going all the way to 28.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right, so the prophecy was fulfilled. That's how you know somebody a man of God. If they tell you a prophecy to come true. It came true. When she come to pass, it was 2 babies really in there. And one of them came out red. There's only one group of people that's red today, so-called white man. But he's having sex with a lot of heathen women, so his babies is coming out chocolate covered. But that still makes him a devil. You feel me? You still not the seed of promise because your daddy is a white man and your mama is East Indian. Or your mama is black or whatever. If your daddy is white, you a white boy. Simple as that.
And they call his name Esau.
They call his name Esau. He's a red man. You feel me? Real talk. Why you think they made the devil red? They could have made the devil purple or whatever. He's red. Why do you think a stop? When you got to stop, they could have made the stop sign blue. They could have made the color for stopping orange. They made it red. So why would the Lord make his skin red? To show you the blood coming through the skin. Because Esau is Cain, born again in earth. And what did he say when he was Cain? Am I my brother's keeper? When he killed his brother, that's all he said. Am I my brother's keeper? So the Lord had to show you this time who he is by looking through the blood coming through his skin. So when you see him, you can stop and examine whatever the hell's going on.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Right, just like the prophecy said. The first one come out, the older gonna serve the younger. Esau came out first, then Jacob came out holding his heel because it was symbolic. Basically saying Esau is gonna get the world first, then Jacob is gonna rule after.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she buried him. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Right, he's a cunning hunter. Ain't the white man a cunning hunter? All the animals is extinct. You feel me? I think they say there's one white rhino left. So like they killed all the buffalo. The Indians, that was their food source. They killed all the buffaloes. So to starve the Indians. Just to starve them. So like, go ahead.
Like I said, they named their sons Hunter.
Yeah, they sons Hunter Biden. It's like Joe Biden's son named Hunter. You can't make this up. When the Lord is with you, he with you. That's all I'm saying. When the Lord is with you, he is with you. Because that is insane right there. It's a liar. Yeah, they a cunning hunter. That is what they are. And it say Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Jacob was a plain man. He just chilling, sitting back, thinking, coming up with strategic planning and ideas. That's how black people was able to invent all the stuff that white people somehow could never come up with because they was too busy hunting. Well, we were sitting around thinking of plans, thinking of different type of ways to make our life easier. Esau was hunting deers. He was out killing. And we coming up with different things to make the planet run smooth. Real talk.
Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
Right, but Isaac, the chosen seed, he loved Esau. With all that being said, all the prophecies, he still loved Esau. You know why? Because that was his son. You feel me? His son used to hunt and bring him back good meat to eat. Real talk. But Rebekah, she ain't care about none of that. She didn't care about none of that because she knew that was not her brother. She knew that was her son, but that was not her bloodline. You feel me? She knew Jacob was the one. You feel me? Real talk. All right, so you could drop that. And let's go to Revelations 2 and 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Right. Works and tribulation. Right. We working. We got troubles, and we definitely in poverty. But Christ saying we rich. You know how we rich? Because we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. All this stuff you seeing is going to be a blur. Everything that's happening is going to be a blur. It's going to be like it never happened. It's going to be stuff you read about in a history book, and we're going to be ruling and running this damn planet forever.
And I know the blasphemy of them would say they are Jews.
Say they are who?
Say they are Jews.
Right, it's blasphemy. If you say you a Jew and you really not, Christ say that's blasphemy. You know what blasphemy is? That's one crime. That's one thing that you cannot be forgiven for. Blasphemy, which is an evil lie. And it's an evil lie on the Most High to say you a Jew. All the white people that say they Jews, all the white people that's claiming to be a Negro because they mama has got dark skin, that's blasphemy.
And are not.
Right, that's blasphemy. You say you're a Jew and you not, it's blasphemy.
But on the synagogue of Satan.
It's a temple of Satan. Them Jewish synagogues, all the Jewish people gathering together for the Shabbat, Shiva, all that. The Bible said that's the synagogue of Satan. That's why they sucking baby penises. When they should be in prison for doing it, they free. They stealing people money, all this high interest, because they own all the businesses. They should be in prison for it, but instead they free. Because they the synagogue of Satan. We're going all the way to 10.
Verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Right, for none of them things that suffer. Everything that black people suffering, Christ saying, don't fear it. It's gonna pass by. Don't let it make you crash out. It's gonna pass by, and it's gonna be over.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Right, the devil. You know what the devil is? Now, how the devil gonna cast you into prison if it's underground with a pitchfork, burning forever? If the devil supposed to be underground with flaming hot flames burning you forever, how is he gonna cast you into prison? Salakia. The devil is a man. He's a man. Sometimes it's a woman. You know, named Kamala Harris. That's what she came up off, casting you into prison. There's more black men in prison than there was in slavery. And that's what the Bible said they was going to do to us. That's how we know who the Israelites is. That's how we know it's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because we filling up the prisons. Even when the fucking white people said let them out. The federal court judges said, Kamala Harris, let them black people out of jail. She said no. Because that's what the Bible said was going to happen. Real talk, go ahead.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right.
Be thou faithful unto death.
Be thou faithful unto death. You're going to have troubles. 10 days. That's a short period of time. Short period of time, you're going to have troubles. It's going to be rough. But be faithful unto death. Even if it means costing you your life, be faithful because of the kingdom is what we fighting for. Not to be a damn president. It's not to be a president to get votes. That's not what we in it for. We ain't in it to damn vote or march for civil rights. We in it to rule the goddamn planet.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
Right, that's what Christ said. He give you a crown of life. You hear me? I'm trying to give you rulership, but you want to live comfortably now. So you're gonna be a drug dealer. You're gonna be a police officer. You're gonna go fight the military, and you're not gonna make it into the kingdom. When the kingdom comes, you're gonna be the low class citizen because you weren't willing to suffer with your brethren. You weren't willing to suffer with your brothers. You needed to have success now. You need to be like P. Diddy. And then you're running down a runway, running through tunnels. You feel me? Hiding evidence because you wasn't faithful unto death. Real talk. And you ain't gonna get the crown of life either. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Judah 5 and 11 in the Apocrypha.
The book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring in brick and made them slaves.
Right, and that's what happened. We was in slavery in Egypt, and he made us suffer. We came into Egypt free men. You feel me? But years went past, and we turned into their slaves. We turned into their money, their resources. You feel me? They made us work. Go ahead, we went all the way to 13.
Verse 12. Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt.
Right, and that's what happened. We were slaves, and then we cried to God. And he smote Egypt. He smote them.
With incurable plagues.
Right, with plagues. Just like in America. It's all type of stuff happening. The economy is falling. They doing so much stuff to hide it, it don't even make no sense. It's all type of stuff hiding they don't even want to report. You feel me? How much money they losing with hurricanes and tornadoes and natural disasters that they don't even want to talk about.
So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
And that's what's going to happen. We got to cry to our God. We got to turn back to the Lord because we the chosen people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we got to turn back to the Lord, and he's going to destroy this place. You keep trying to join with this place, man, we're going to be here for another 1,000 years.
Verse 13. And God dried the Red Sea before them.
And that's what we fighting for in the UPK. We trying to get the Lord to drive them out with World War III. He destroyed the Egyptians with water. We trying to get the Lord to do it with World War III, man. Real talk. We not African. The Egyptians was African. They was dark-skinned people. And we cried for the Lord to destroy them. You feel me? All skin folk ain't your kinfolk. Real talk. All right, you should drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 40 and 17.
Book of Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him as less than nothing and vanity.
Oh, wait. Let me get that with you. They say all nations. That's talking about races. Nations, races. They say all races are as nothing. It don't mean nothing. And we just broke down to you how Abraham had to get rid of his real sons. Isaac had to get rid of his real son. So what do you think the Lord feel about all these heathens running around? He feel nothing. When they died 10 million in the war, he feel nothing. That's justice for what they did to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. These people are nothing. They are counted as nothing. Feel me? Real talk. And you trying to give them your blessing because they got dark skin? Oh man, you a goddamn idiot. You want to give Africans and East Indians your blessing, ruling the planet Earth because they got dark skin? Nigga, everybody had dark skin before Esau. Before the white man came on the scene, everybody had dark skin. So you're going to give every dark-skinned person your blessing? And you wonder why black people went into slavery? That's why. Because we didn't want to serve the Lord. We wanted to serve everybody else. Real talk. All right, drop that last scripture. Let's go to Galatians 3 and 16 through 18.
Book of Galatians chapter 3, verse 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made.
Right, Abraham and his seed was the promises made. See, it say, remember we told Abraham had a lot of sons. It don't say seeds, it say seed. And that seed is talking about Isaac. That's where the promises were made. You feel me?
He saith not, and to seeds as of many.
Right, he saith not, and to seeds as of many. You feel me? Real talk, because Abraham had a lot of sons, but they was not getting the promise. It was not, they was not getting it. They had nothing to do with it. It was only going to be Isaac.
But as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
Right, which is Christ. You know why I'm saying which is Christ? Because what you got to understand is Christ been here before. And one of his times being here before was Isaac. You feel me? One of his times being on this earth was Isaac. That's why I was giving this comparison like that. You feel me? Because you got to understand the prophets always knew Christ's lineage because Christ was the king that was always promised to come. So they was checking his background from the jump. That's the only way you could prove somebody could be the true king, by their background, their lineage. So they've been checking his background from the jump. And they saying this is Isaac all over again. Real talk. And he's coming to save his people. That was promised through him.
Verse 17. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before God in Christ.
Right, the covenant. The covenant, which was the promise between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is in Christ. How could it be in Christ if Christ is not Isaac? Don't even make no sense. Don't even make any sense. Reincarnation is real. The Bible is real. Black people is real. Real talk. So like
the law.
The law. The law, which been here since Abraham, since Noah, since Adam, who also was Christ, but that's a whole nother topic. The law been here. It just didn't get written down until Moses. It ain't get written down on paper until Moses hit the scene. But the law always been here, and it's in Christ because Christ is Isaac. He's the chosen, the promise, the seed that was promised. Real talk, you go ahead.
Which was 430 years after.
Right, that was 430 years after Abraham was given the promise, the covenant. That's when the law was written down. That was 430 years after. You feel me?
Cannot disannul.
Cannot take away. You can't take it away. It's not happening.
That it should make the promise of none effect.
Right. So taking away the law ain't gonna change the promise. Because people start thinking that you can sin willfully. That's what Paul said. You think you can sin willfully? God forbid. You think because Christ came and died, now you can sin? God forbid. Christ didn't come to do away with the law. He came to fulfill, and I could quote 1,000 other precepts about how the law is not done away with. But what he's saying in Galatians is that don't make the promise none in effect. The law and the promise is two different things. The law came 430 years after Abraham was given it by the Most High. And that's talking about with Moses, because Moses laid down the law after we came out of Egypt. You go ahead.
Verse 18. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is of no more promise.
Right, and if the inheritance be of the law, what the fuck is the point of the promise? The promise was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The lineage, the bloodline. What the fuck is the point if all you got to do is keep the law? If all you got to do is not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. If all you got to do is not have sex with heathen women. If all you got to do is keep the law, then what is the point of the promise? The promise came before the law. You goddamn idiot. You sitting here accepting people telling me they Israel because of their skin complexion, because they wear fringes on their t-shirt. You a goddamn idiot. There's no more promise then if we just going off the law. There's no more promise.
But God gave it to Abraham by promise.
God gave it to Abraham. You hear me? God gave it to Abraham, man. Real talk. The law don't change the covenant. The law is the law. That don't change the covenant. The covenant was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel because he wrestled with an angel. He fought for his blessing, which means prince of the power. The prince of the power now is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We the princes of the power. You feel me? Real talk. All right, tune in. You feel me? Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Asheville, Kentucky. Tune in to Crowds by Night every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. You feel me? Yahweh Bashem Al Shab Rocket Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Bashem Al Shab. I'm class over the priest and officer 500 Haramah.
Security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York. Rules for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, a tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming holy convocations, memorial blowing of the trumpet, Wednesday, October 2nd. We'll do a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Class dismissed.